Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Therese Bacon, Financial Education Specialist and lead of the Seminar Series program. We're so glad that you could join us this evening. These sessions are designed to give you practical, relatable financial education that helps you feel more confident in navigating your money. We have a wide range of presentations planned throughout the year, and you can explore those and register by visiting msufcu.org/events. Today's event is being recorded, and you'll be able to rewatch or share it by visiting youtube.com/msufcu and then selecting the seminar series playlist from there. Today, we'll explore a variety of digital solutions and financial technology partnerships that are available through MSUFCU. When most people think about their credit union, they think about checking accounts and loans and maybe even their mobile banking app, but many members are surprised to learn, just how many digital tools and services are available to help make managing your money, easier, more convenient, a little less stressful. So whether you're already comfortable using our digital banking tools or you're looking for new ways to simplify your financial life, our goal today is to introduce you to options that you may not have known existed and help you discover tools that are actually going to fit your needs. So as we go through today's presentation, you can also feel free to use the Q&A feature in Zoom to submit any questions that you may have, and we'll leave time at the end to answer any of those questions that come through. So here's a quick look at what we will be covering today. We've grouped these tools into 4 categories, kind of based on the financial goals that they support. So we'll start with financial health products, which focus on budgeting, saving, improving your overall financial wellness. Next, we'll look at card management products that can help you monitor and control and protect your debit and credit cards. And then we will explore debt payoff products that are designed to kind of help you better manage your debt or work towards some of those debt payoff goals that you might have. And finally, we'll wrap up with retirement planning products that can really help you prepare for the future and make those informed decisions about your own retirement. So as we go through each section, I'll kind of share what the tools do, who might benefit from them, and then how you can access them through MSUFCU. So let's start with FinLife by PocketNest. This is one of MSUFCU's financial wellness tools. Many people have, financial goals, whether that's paying off debt, building savings, buying a home, maybe preparing for retirement like we talked about, or really just simply getting a better handle on your money. The challenge is often figuring out where to actually start with that. So FinLife helps by taking a look at your current financial situation and helping you identify opportunities to improve your overall financial health. So after answering a few questions about your finances and goals, you'll receive personalized recommendations and different action steps kind of based on your unique situation. The platform also includes budgeting tools that can help you track spending and monitor, your savings and assets and really just better understand where your money is going throughout the month. And in addition, you'll find articles and educational resources and just a lot of different guidance on a variety of financial wellness topics. One thing I do like about this tool is that it isn't focused on just one area of your finances. Instead, it kind of takes a more comprehensive approach that helps you see the bigger picture. FinLife is available as both a mobile app and through a desktop version, so you can access that whichever way is most convenient for you. There is the desktop version, the website there on the right, if you want to find that, msufcu.org/FinLife. And then kind of to give you a better idea of how this actually looks when you're using it, there's just a quick snapshot of the platform. So one of the things you'll notice here is that the dashboard is organized around different areas of financial wellness, such as budgeting, saving, debt management, tax planning, insurance, and then that retirement preparation. So rather than simply showing you information, FinLife creates a personalized action plan based on your financial goals and progress. So these recommendations can help you identify next steps and really prioritize the areas where you may want to focus your attention. The platform also allows you to track your assets, track your debts, track your spending, and really track your overall financial progress kind of all in one place. So it makes it really easier to see that big picture of your finances. And you'll also find educational resources, planning tools kind of throughout the platform. So whether you're working on a specific goal or simply trying to strengthen your financial habits, These are resources available to help kind of guide you along that way. Important thing to remember here is that FinLife is designed to be very personalized, right? Two members using the same platform may see very different recommendations depending on their financial situation, their goals, their stage of life. You know, like someone just starting their career may receive recommendations focused on budgeting or building an emergency savings, while someone who's, you know, nearing retirement might see recommendations that are related to income planning and retirement readiness. So really cool features there, very personalized. Next is Cashback Plus, which is a simple way to earn additional savings on the purchases that you may already be making on a daily basis. So the concept is pretty straightforward here. Instead of paying a participating retailer directly with your debit card, you first purchase a digital gift card through Cashback Plus in whatever amount you need, and then you can then use that gift card to make your purchase. And then in return, you'll receive that instant cash back. Some of these offers, you know, depending on the retailer, sometimes reach as high as 20%. So really cool feature there. So if you're like, just to kind of break it down and a little better understanding, if you're planning to spend $100, you know, at Meijer, before you make that purchase, you could buy that $100 digital gift card through Cashback Plus. And if, you know, Meijer at that time is offering 10% cash back, you would receive that $10 immediately. It shows up right there on the app. You can transfer it right into your checking right away. So really, it rewards purchases that you're already planning to make, right? So pretty cool. It doesn't require opening a new credit card or tracking points or waiting months to redeem, you know, your rewards. So the key is, you know, making sure that you're checking those available retailers before you shop, right? Definitely something that I do on a daily basis. And, you know, all of us that work here at MSU FCU use this tool, and it is really great to get that instant cash back, that instant reward, just for making purchases that you're already going to make, right? Buying your groceries, buying gas every week. So definitely check out Cashback Plus. Oh yeah, before we move on, I just want to share a few things to know about Cashback Plus here, just to kind of make the experience a little smoother. So first, Cashback Plus is available directly within the MSU FCU mobile app and computer line under the exclusive member offers section. So that makes it really easy to access, you know, through your normal platforms that you use with your bank account. You'll also see Cashback Plus Pay, which is a separate app that can be downloaded to your phone or tablet. And this option provides another way to access and manage your gift cards and offers through the app. For members who frequently shop online, there's also a Cashback Plus Chrome browser extension available through the Chrome Web Store. So that extension can also help, you know, identify eligible cashback opportunities while you're actually shopping online, right? You know, real time. So that's pretty cool. Most gift card purchases are available immediately after purchase, which means that you can, you know, often buy and use the card within minutes or really seconds from my experience. One thing to be aware of is that first-time users may occasionally experience a security hold while their account is actually being verified. So this is normal fraud prevention measure, but it can sometimes delay that initial access to the funds. If you ever run into any questions or have any issues with Cashback Plus, you know, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our team can definitely help point you in the right direction, connect you with the available support for Cashback Plus. And here's a quick look at what the experience actually looks like. So on the main screen, you'll see all the available offers, your current cashback balance, and then other recommended retailers. You know, if it's somewhere where you shop a lot, they'll probably recommend that one to you. It knows that you like it, right? And it shows a history of your cashback activity. So this makes it easy to see where, you know, the savings opportunities are available and track those rewards all right there in the dashboard. So when you select a retailer, you'll be able to choose a gift card amount. So you'll see there on the right. Many retailers do, you know, offer a preset amount, but some also allow you to enter a custom amount based on, you know, your purchase amount that day. So in this example, we're looking at Meijer, which is offering 2% instant cash back. So if you know you're about to spend $100, you could purchase a $100 gift card and immediately earn that $2. So yes, that may not sound like much for a single purchase, but those savings really add up over time, you know, especially at those stores that you visit regularly. And after purchasing the gift card, you'll receive the gift card information digitally, like right away. And then you can use that for that purchase. Really, it seriously only takes like a few moments. I do this in the line when I'm checking out at Meijer, probably like 5 times a week. I ring everything up in the self checkout. I see exactly how much it is. I buy the gift card for that exact amount, scan the barcode, and it's paid for. So pretty, really easy and convenient. So definitely check that out. All right, so next I'd like to introduce you to Spring4. So unlike some of the other tools that we'll discuss today, Spring4 isn't focused on budgeting or account management, but instead it's designed to help connect people with local resources that could help them, reduce their everyday expenses and really just improve their overall financial stability. So Spring4 works by using your zip code to identify trusted nonprofits and maybe government programs that are available in your area. And I mean, a lot of different topics, it can assist with housing, utilities, food, healthcare, transportation, employment services, childcare. There's just like a lot of different topics that you can research to see if there's any support in your area for those things. One thing I really appreciate about Spring4 is that it isn't limited to, people that are only experiencing a financial crisis at that moment, right? Many of the resources it identifies are available to a wide range of individuals, right? And simply if you're looking for a little support or savings opportunities, right? Or different community services that are available to you. So, like let's say someone's looking for utility assistance programs or affordable, healthcare resources, food assistance. There's also like job training opportunities and a lot of different housing related support, also depending on where you live. So this platform is free to use. It can really help our members discover, some resources that they may have not found on their own. And that really quick search can, sometimes save you hundreds of dollars or even thousands over the course of a year. And many people assume that these resources are only for someone else, right? But in reality, there's a lot of programs designed to help working individuals and families, seniors, students, veterans, right? Just, anyone that's going through a temporary life change. So it never hurts to see what's available on Spring4. So here's an example of the walkthrough here. So you'll find it after you enter your zip code, the platform will search. There's where you can find it on our website. Sorry about these animations. Then you'll get to this landing page here, accept the terms, enter your zip code, and then it will search for resources available in that local community. And it kind of organizes them into different categories, based on different needs. So in this example, we're looking at food assistance resources. Let's click through here. So there's the food assistance. All right, and then it brings us to this. Okay, so we're looking at food assistance resources available here in the East Lansing area. We use the 48823 area code or zip code. So you'll notice that Spring4 doesn't just provide that general information. It identifies like specific organizations, different programs, websites. It provides their contact information and the different locations that they may be able to help. And another feature I appreciate is the results include both local organizations and, larger state or even national programs that you might be eligible for. So the goal is to save time, reduce the frustration of like searching, on Google and then having to go through every single website. It kind of puts all these trusted resources into one, easy access place. Okay, so now switching gears, let's talk about Card Updater. So you probably, received a new debit card or credit card before, and you get like a new 16-digit number, right? Then you spend the next few weeks trying to remember all of the accounts that use that payment information, where you need to update that Visa card number or whatever it may be, right? Your streaming services, online shopping accounts, all the apps, food delivery apps and things like that. So Card Updater is really designed to help simplify that process. So when you receive that replacement MSU-FCU card, maybe it expired, maybe you lost it, maybe there was fraud, whatever it may be, Card Updater can automatically provide your updated card information to participating merchants where you've previously stored your card as payment with them. So it helps reduce interruptions to recurring payments and like subscriptions. So it makes it a lot less likely that a payment would be declined, simply because your card number's changed. And in this example here, members can access Card Updater through card controls and view participating merchants where their information, payment information may be updated. So yes, not every merchant participates in this service, but many of the popular retailers do. Subscription services, streaming platforms, a lot of online merchants. So the biggest benefit here is really convenience, right? Instead of trying to remember every place that your card number is stored, Card Updater can help keep many of those payments running smoothly without you having to worry about updating all those accounts manually. So pretty cool service there. So next, let's look at CVV Key. So this is a security tool available for MSU-FCU Visa credit cards. Not debit yet, but for any Visa credit card with MSU-FCU, you can use this feature. So most of us are familiar with that 3-digit CVV code that's printed on the back of your credit card. So traditionally, that number never changes, right? It's printed there. You use it for any online payment or wherever you're going. So that also means that if somebody obtains your card information, that they may be able to use it for online purchases fraudulently, right? So CVV Key approaches security differently by generating a temporary CVV code that changes automatically every 6 hours. So when you're making an online purchase or really any like card not present type of transaction, members can view that current 3-digit code right on the CVV Key app and then use that code instead of that static number printed on the back of the card. And because that code changes so regularly, it becomes much more difficult for fraudsters to reuse stolen card information. Even if someone does obtain a CVV code, it will only remain valid for that limited period of time, right? So really cool feature. Really is just an extra layer of protection, for online shopping or subscription services, just those other transactions where your physical card is not being presented to the merchant. And obviously, as online fraud continues to grow, tools like this can really help add that safeguard without requiring, you to change how you use your credit card in everyday life. And once again, that note, it is not available for debit cards yet, but if you do have an MSU-FCU Visa credit card, it would be available for that. And then here's a look at the user experience with CVV Key. So to get started, members download that app, CVV Key app, from either the App Store or Google Play, and create an account using, your specific card information. Once enrolled, then you can register your MSU-FCU Visa credit card within that app. And then after the card is connected, the app generates that dynamic CVV code that automatically updates every 6 hours. So when making online purchases, you simply open the app, view your current CVV code, enter it during checkout instead of using the code that's printed on the back of your card. And the app also includes additional security features and different like notifications to kind of help you stay informed about your card activity. All right, next we're going to take a look at Debby. So this is a tool designed to help you build healthier financial habits while working towards, debt payoff goals. So what makes Debby different from other financial apps is that it's based on behavioral psychology rather than simply like tracking balances or payments. This platform is going to focus on really understanding your spending habits and building those positive financial behaviors that are actually going to create that sustainable progress over time. So when you get started, Debby helps, identify your financial goals, your spending patterns, and then based on that information, the app provides personalized educational content, right? Different quizzes, little short module, learning modules that are really designed to encourage you making positive financial decisions. And as you complete activities and you reach those milestones, and as long as you stay engaged with the app, on a weekly basis or whatever it may be, you can earn rewards that accumulate within the platform. And then you can also connect eligible loans, so it can kind of track those, track the progress of, working towards paying those off. Um, One feature that really motivates users of this app is the ability to earn those rewards, like I talked about. So once your reward balance, reaches a certain threshold, which right now is $50, you can actually cash it out and transfer it to your bank account. So that's pretty cool. But we all know learning about money and building those financial healthy habits can really be difficult. So the platform uses those small rewards, and that positive reinforcement to really help keep you engaged and motivated along the way. And then let's take a look at what the Debbie, app experience actually looks like. So getting started is pretty simple. You download the app, enter the MSUFCU promo code when you're enrolling, and then you just kind of begin setting up your financial goals. Once inside the app, you'll see your progress, your rewards balance, different learning opportunities available, and your financial goals that you chose kind of all on that dashboard. The dashboard is designed to, really keep you engaged. It highlights those quick wins, upcoming activities that it wants you to do, and definitely the milestones that you've already reached. And as you work through the app, you'll encounter little short educational modules, those quizzes, different exercises that are going to be focused on topics like your spending habits, debt management, different saving strategies, and really just your overall financial decision making. And then each completed activity helps you earn those points and rewards while building your financial knowledge. So win-win. But yeah, it really makes it, makes learning your finances, more manageable by really breaking the information down into these smaller lessons. So you really don't have to make that like large time commitment to it. Even if you just take a few minutes every day, you can really build up those rewards quick. One thing that stands out about Debbie is that it turns, financial education into this interactive experience. So rather than simply reading articles or watching videos, you're actively participating. You're earning those rewards, and you get to celebrate your progress along the way. And most of the activities really only take a few minutes to complete. I use the app, my daughters use the app. But yeah, so the goal isn't to, spend an hour in the app every day, but it's to build those really small, consistent habits over time that are going to lead to the bigger financial improvements. All right, next we will take a look at Changed. So this is a savings and debt payoff tool that helps you make, quicker progress on your loans or debt payoff by using spare change from your everyday purchases. So the concept is similar to, dropping loose change in a jar at the end of the day, except it happens automatically because a lot of us don't use cash anymore, right? So this is kind of how that, dropping your change in the jar works nowadays. So when you make a purchase, Change rounds the transaction up to the next whole dollar and transfers the difference into either a savings goal or a debt payoff stash. So if you spend $4.25 on a cup of coffee, the transaction would be rounded up to 5, and the remaining 75 cents would be set aside toward that selected goal. So yes, those amounts may seem small individually, but they can really add up, surprisingly quickly over time based on, because that process happens automatically with your everyday spending. And MSUFCU members do have access to the basic plan at no cost, which includes features like those automatic roundups, debt payoff support for one selected debt, connections to multiple financial institutions, automated savings tools, and rewards through the Change Perks program. But really, one of the biggest benefits of Change is that it removes some of that effort from saving or from debt payoff. So instead of trying to remember to transfer money manually, the process happens automatically in the background as you go about your daily routine. So really good app, especially for members who struggle to save consistently, or you want an easy way to make additional progress towards a financial goal. This can be a really, effective solution. So here's what Changed app looks like. So after you download the app, you create an account, connect your, eligible financial accounts. And once connected, Change then begins monitoring your purchases and calculating those roundup amounts automatically. The dashboard provides an overview of your progress, as you can see here. So including, how much has been saved through those rounds, saved towards your goal or saved towards your savings goal through those roundups, how much has been applied to debt payoff, and the progress that you made, over time. So maybe you've been using it for 6 months. It will kind of show you that progress. And you can choose whether you'd like your spare change directed towards the savings goal or debt reduction or both. Maybe you're, trying to pay off a credit card bill while you do also still want to save. You can actually do that as well. And this is a feature, you can see the kind of the visual progress tracking feature here. So rather than kind of wondering whether those small roundups are really making a difference at all, you can actually see those balances grow, and watch your goals move closer to you over time. Oh yeah, and it also allows you to make additional contributions. So these are called boosts within the app. So if you want to accelerate your progress, beyond the automatic roundups, maybe you had some extra money in your budget this month, you can choose to send a certain amount, towards that savings goal, towards that balance for your debt payoff. Because really, the hardest part of saving or paying down debt is really getting started, right? So change kind of helps remove that barrier by just turning your small everyday purchases into automatic progress towards your larger goal there. All right, now we're going to switch gears into some of those retirement planning financial technology tools for you. So first we'll start with Retirement Simplified by Silver. So this is available through our website and focuses on, education and planning tools for your retirement. You can access, personalized retirement content based on, factors like, the age you're at, your income, your spending habits, even your location. Maybe you're planning to, relocate after you retire. So it's all kind of personalized to that. So it has the platform has like different calculators, retirement readiness tools, of different types, Medicare education, Social Security resources. But yeah, all to kind of help you prepare for retirement with a little bit more confidence. To access Retirement Simplified, visit msufcu.org, select resources, and then choose Retirement Simplified by Silver. And from there, you can complete that brief assessment, answer a few questions, and then receive those personalized, retirement planning insights from Silver. So here you can see how you find it. Choose resources, and then hit the Retirement Simplified option there. And then after creating the account, you'll be guided through, that brief setup process to kind of personalize your experience. From there, you can explore, topics such as Social Security, Medicare, taxes in retirement, retirement income planning. There's just a ton of different topics there, as you can see. So that's really awesome. And one feature a lot of members really find helpful is the retirement score. So that provides kind of a snapshot of like how prepared you may be for your retirement, and allows you to test different scenarios to see, how certain decisions could impact your future plans. So really cool. I always log in there, even though I'm years and years away from retirement still. It is really helpful and it gives me a lot of guidance on how to get to where I want to be once I am able to retire. All right, so, Retirement Simplified and Silver Insurance are both under that Silver umbrella, but they are two separate services. So Retirement Simplified focuses on education and planning tools, and then Silver Insurance connects our members with licensed Medicare specialists who can provide guidance on different Medicare coverage options that may be available to you. So for members that are approaching Medicare eligibility, or those who, simply want to help in understanding what options they may have, because there's so many different types of, Medicare supplement plans and things like that out there, Silver Insurance is going to offer like one-on-one consultations with that licensed agent, who then can review your current coverage that you might have, or explain, what new plans may be available, and really just answer any questions about enrollment. So if you are interested in checking out Silver Insurance, you can go to silverinsurance.com, select the Meet with Us button on the landing page on their webpage, and then you can easily schedule that meeting, which can be online or over the phone or even in person at one of our local branches. So really awesome option there. if you are, reaching that Medicare eligibility age. So that brings us to the end of today's presentation. I really hope that you've all discovered, maybe a few tools that you weren't familiar with before. Maybe found a feature or two that could make managing your finances a little bit easier. Many of these resources are already included with your membership, so really don't hesitate to, explore them and see which ones fit your needs. And before we wrap up, I want to leave this slide up for a moment just to highlight some of our upcoming seminar series events. So you can see those there, but if something catches your interest, we encourage you to register early by scanning that QR code there or visiting msufcu.org/events. So thank you all for spending part of your day with me. We truly appreciate your commitment to learning more about the financial resources that are available to you as a member. And if you have any questions, definitely always reach out to us. We'll be happy to talk to you about, a little bit more in depth about anything that we covered tonight, or walk you through, how to get enrolled or whatever. We want you guys to use these financial tools that are available to you to really, make your financial life a little bit easier. Thanks, everyone, and have a great night. Bye-bye.